But otherwise, what I had learned from a few things from streaming on Twitch and just trying to create content in general is some people get lucky. Some people get discovered and end up coming from like northern New Hampshire and ending up Ludwig. Yeah. You know, like billions of freaking people know who you are. And there are other people who just do the same thing every single day, don't make progress. What I picked up from some of that is that people aren't typically watching because of what is on the screen. When it comes to streaming on Twitch, like some people are watching just to watch gameplay or just have background noise or something along those lines. When I'm searching on YouTube how to solve a certain problem in a video game, I don't care who's talking, just tell me how to do the thing. Sometimes the content is important. But ultimately, for me, I recognize that I am not the best at a game. There are millions of people better than me at it. I recognize that I don't have the most knowledge in this world. There are many people who know more. But I'm the best at being me, and I know how to be me. And I know what it's like to be me. And even if only 1,000 people, which is small terms for like YouTube and content, even if 1,000 people can relate to me and understand, hey, this guy's like me, then I have 1,000 people who are loyal to my content because they enjoy who I am because I'm like them.
Right.
So being the content is in the sense of like, you go to a show for a comedian. You go watch a comedian. Any comedian can tell the same fucking joke, but no one's going to tell it the same way.
No.
And it's never going to be that you're going to show up because of a joke that somebody said. No, you're going to show up because you think that person is funny. Being the content is way more important than the content that you're putting out, especially when it comes to trying to gather viewers and gather eyes. The actual content you put out can matter if you're trying to solve a problem. But if you're not trying to solve a problem and you're just trying to just be a thing, you need to be the thing and not focus on the small problem, the one problem that can be solved by anybody else.
Right.
Somebody with more knowledge. No one can be more you.
No.
And that's where that comes from, is strictly just the concept of you're you, no one else is, so you can explain like your experiences. With my last couple of videos on like my habit tracker, or basically my steps towards creating better habits and whatnot, I was talking about my experiences and how it's worked for me. It's not going to work for everybody. I personally didn't start writing in a journal until last month because it didn't work for me. But millions of people, billions of people write in a journal every day.
For years.
Exactly. For centuries.
Yeah.
And not everything's going to work for someone. But I had to explain to everyone my experience and how certain things worked for me. Minimalism, for example, was the first one that I mentioned in one of my last videos, which was minimalism and me being a minimalist are two very different things. My experience with minimalism started with me going, well, I'm cheap. I don't like spending money. So having less things means I spend less money, right?
Right.
Perfect. But the real concept of minimalism is having less things in order to have more time and more space for the important things.